Hey friends, welcome back for part 2 of my found footage horror film collection. So this is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, there's a video before this one. Please check that one out. Or you can watch this one and then go back and watch that one. But basically, just a quick rundown. I was inspired by a friend on Instagram, Chasinscreams. We've been doing found footage horror week on there. So he was encouraging and hosting a week to encourage everyone to watch found footage horror flicks. So that's what I've been doing this past week. It's been a lot of fun, and that inspired me to go through my collection and show off all of my found footage horror flicks. And again, I did a part 1 that has a bunch of movies, and now this is the rest of those movies. And if you see something in here I don't have, these are in alphabetical order. I think the first was A through F, maybe, and then this is G through the rest. So if you see something maybe that you want to suggest, please do. I love finding suggestions for movies, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive right into this and get through these, and I'll say a little bit about some of them, and yeah, let's check them out. All right, guys, so first up here we have The Gallows and The Gallows 2. I have not watched part 2 yet. I've actually had it for a while. I haven't watched it. The first one was okay. It was kind of confusing at times. I did like some of it. So check it out. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this movie as well. But the second one looked intriguing because it was kind of a different concept. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out as well. So The Gallows and The Gallows Part 2, two of the more mainstream titles there. Next up here, we have, this is a great movie. It's, I think you say it, Ganjim Haunted Asylum. It's an Asian film. I forget. It might be, is it Korean? Yeah, a Korean film. This is a really good flick. So one of those, you go into a creepy building and yeah, it's really good. So definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it. Next up, love these movies. We have Grave Encounters. So there's the first one, and Grave Encounters 2. Both really cool flicks. So if you haven't seen Grave Encounters, really creepy, really great found footage flicks. Check those out for sure. The next one, controversial films. These are the guinea pig films. This is a bootleg Blu-ray. Yeah, so bootleg Blu-ray, but it's the only way I could get them because the DVD box set is out of print, hard to find. It's really expensive. I would like to have that. It was, I think, originally released from Unearthed Films, but the films look good on here and they're subtitled, and you know, I've checked them out, and I dig the guinea pig movies. And they are The Devil's Experiment, Flower of Flesh and Blood, He Never Dies, Devil Woman Doctor, Android of Notre Dame, and Mermaid in a Manhole. And really, I think of Flowers of Flesh and Blood being the shot on video type, but yeah, so, or shot on video, excuse me, found footage type films. So check those out if you're into that kind of gore films. Some of them are more, they're all over the place as far as drama, horror, comedy. They're kind of all mixed up as far as the different genres on there. Hangman, I found this movie to be very creepy. It's basically about a guy who goes into a house and stalks a family in there. So check that one out. It's really good. It's got Jeremy Sisto. I've always been a fan of his. This one, I don't remember much about it. I know I've seen it. It's called Haunted House. Just kind of it's from the asylum, cheaper found footage flick, but worth a watch. These next two, really like these movies a lot, and that is Hell House LLC. If you haven't seen these, you've got to check them out. They're awesome. And then Hell House LLC 2. And I know there's a part 3. I have seen it. You know, I've streamed it, but I don't have a physical release of it. Those are awesome movies about a group of people, basically, in the first one, who go to this place and, you know, they're trying to, anyway, I don't want to spoil anything. Just check it out. So, too cool. This next one, Hollow. Really dig this movie as well. It's a good flick. Then we've got Hollow's Grove. This is one I need to watch with Lance Henriksen. Looked pretty interesting. Definitely want to check that one out. Love this movie. And this is kind of a Thanksgiving horror flick. If you're looking for holiday horror films like I am, you can watch this around Thanksgiving, Christmas, and it's kind of the, you know, creepy kid genre, but really good one. This one, really cool. And you know, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. Like, it got a lot of hype, and that is Host. But I definitely like it and recommend it. It's well done. You know, it's a group of people on their computer screens and perform a seance kind of online. And it's that whole, you know, during the pandemic, that's how they're getting together to do a seance, and some creepy stuff starts to happen. And yeah, it was good. Did I think it was great? No. Did I think it was new and revolutionary? No, but it is good. I thought it was good. The next two, which I really like, especially the first one, are The Houses October Built 1 and 2. Really cool movies. I always like movies that are set at like haunted houses and stuff like that, or, you know, haunted house attractions, I should say. And these are kind of those people seeking out the extreme haunted houses, and I love these movies. Really cool, creepy characters. This one, Hunted, really good as well. I like this actor. I forget his name. He's from The Collector. Crap. Let me see here. Oh, I don't remember his name, and I can't find it fast on the back. But yeah, so really good movie. Check that one out. Kind of that Most Dangerous Game scenario. This one is more religious, kind of themed one, Judgment Day type deal, and that is Jerusalem. I thought this was good. It's about these people, I think they were on vacation, if I can remember right, and then end of the world starts to happen, but well done. I thought it was good, well acted. Had a very kind of, you know, you felt like you were in the place it was filmed. You know, it didn't feel American at all. It definitely felt like it was filmed overseas, kind of in that area, Jerusalem and all of that. So this next one is called Jungle. I always like the Jungle. And it's one of those monsters, creature in the jungle stalking people. It's a fun one. And another dinosaur one. This is Jurassic Games. And it's basically people, prisoners who are thrust into kind of like Running Man style. So it's got that found footage element going. It's a cheap one, but a fun one. This one I remember digging. I need to revisit it. Because if I can remember right, it has, yeah, it's got Ioan Griffith. You know, he was Mr. Fantastic in Fantastic Four and stuff, the original ones. And then it's got the kid from, he plays, what's his name in, I'm doing a terrible job here. I'm sorry. My brain is not working. He plays the kid in The Walking Dead. So anyway, it's called Keep Watching. It was a good one. I really dug it. So check it out. So, but yeah, that kid and his, I know the character's name and I can't think, so I'm an idiot. This next one's one of my favorite, not only favorite found footage movies, but just favorite movies, horror flicks. It's great, super creepy, and it obviously has a reputation. A lot of people know about it, and that is Lake Mungo, Australian film. Love this movie about a girl who, you know, is swimming with her family out in the lake, goes missing, don't know what happened to her, and then some creepy stuff starts happening. Awesome kind of mystery, whodunit, horror, awesome stuff. Ghost flick, check it out. If you haven't seen Lake Mungo, you got to see it. So this one is, I talked about Cannibal Holocaust. This one also predates Blair Witch. And this is a surprisingly great film, and that is The Last Broadcast. And this is a Jersey Devil movie. So if you're familiar with Jersey Devil, you know, kind of cryptozoology type stuff, creature that lives in New Jersey type thing, killing people. And this is about a group of guys who go looking for that. And yeah, I really like this film. And it takes a couple of watches too. I highly recommend checking it out and giving it a couple of watches to pick up all the stuff. It's a lot of pieces of a puzzle that you have to fit together. So really good. Next up here, we have The Last Exorcism and The Last Exorcism 2. Definitely liked the first one, thought it was good. Second one's okay, but these are both really, really cool movies, really creepy. The first one's got a lot of twists and turns, so definitely check those out. Then we have, I remember watching this, but I can't remember what it's about, and that is the Levenger tapes. Don't remember that one, so I can't recommend it, but I need to give it another watch. This one was a lot of fun. It's called Living Among Us, and it says on there, no ordinary neighbors. So kind of like Fright Night type deal, vampires living next door. But yeah, found footage style. It's got William Sadler, and it's a lot of fun. So if you dig vampire flicks, it's like vampire flicks mixed with found footage. And I really liked that one a lot. Saw this movie recently and thought it was awesome. So this is Mr. Jones. If you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. About this couple who are at this remote kind of cabin. They're kind of escaping, things and going on a vacation. And some really crazy stuff happens. And if I can remember right, one of them is writing a book about something, and their curiosity is piqued about this art they find kind of by this reclusive artist. Super creepy, super good. Check out Mr. Jones for sure. This one I've always really liked, and that is My Little Eye. It's been out for a while, and this is kind of almost like, if I can remember right, it's like something like Big Brother or something like that. Group of people living in a house for a game show type thing, and some crazy stuff starts to happen. It's that type of film. So, and then this one is also very cool. I like stuff set in the woods, that's found footage style. It's really creepy. And this is A Night in the Woods. And this is definitely one of those. Lots of people screaming, lots of people running, lots of people scared. Good stuff. This one, Nightlight. I haven't seen this one. It says 5 friends, 1 game, 0 chances of survival. And I don't know if this is, it's got some religious imagery on the back. I don't know if it's an alien abduction movie or, a religious type film. This one I watched this week also, Night Watcher, deals with a killer who is sending tapes to the family of those who he killed a parent or whatever, and it's following this footage of him stalking them and stuff, and they're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. It was okay. I liked it. Then we have a really good one. This one had Elijah Wood and Sasha Grey, and that is Open Windows. And this is a cool movie. It's got a lot of twists and turns, so check that one out for sure. Then we have the Jack Hunter's Paranoia tapes. Have not seen this one either. Need to check that out. Then we have the Paranormal Activity movies, another group of movies that came out that really gave found footage films another boost, another shot in the arm, and I like all of these films. Definitely remember seeing the first one in theaters, and it was very fresh and very original, very cool, and a lot of things have, copied it since, but I really like the formula. I like that they're all connected the way they did, especially the first 3 probably. The way, they kind of followed the same story, same characters, things like that. Really like these movies, and I need to give them a rewatch too. But I know a lot of people don't like the last couple, but I liked all of them. But I definitely like the first 3 of them for sure. But I like this set too because it's compact and it's got all the movies on one Blu-ray set. So pretty cool stuff. Then we have Paranormal Apparition, Revenge from Beyond the Grave. I remember watching this. Don't remember much about it though. One of those cheapies, but worth a watch. I like cheapies. This one was cool. The Paranormal Diaries, Clop Hill. I remember digging this. Kind of a ghost one. People going to investigate, a haunted place, those haunted places type things, and bad stuff happens. This one was surprisingly good. This is a really cheaply made film, and it's from the Asylum, but I actually really like this, and it's called Paranormal Entity. And yeah, you would think, oh, that's just a ripoff of Paranormal Activity, but I thought they did it well. I thought this was super creepy, and I really liked it. So you can usually find that really cheap, and I recommend checking it out as well. Then we have, this one's just ridiculous, Paranormal Sex Tape. I remember watching this, and I don't remember much about it, but the back makes it look way better than it is. Then we have a really good one called Phoenix Forgotten, and it's based on March 13th, 1997, when those pattern lights were in the sky, which you can see there. There's another movie I watched recently about that, an alien film that was really good. So I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but there's been several movies made about those lights in Arizona, and yeah, this was a creepy one and really good found footage, and they did it really well, really intense. And then we have another one. This has such a history, and you know, I thought I would never get to see this movie. I remember being in the theater and seeing a trailer for this and going, man, that looks crazy, and then never heard another thing about it, you know. And what was with this movie, you know, and that was the Poughkeepsie tapes. And you know, forever there was like, oh, there's like a little bit released online, maybe you could find a bootleg somewhere, but we never thought this movie was going to get released as horror fans. Then Scream Factory puts it out and gives it the royal treatment, you know, which I thought was awesome. So, but yeah, the Poughkeepsie tapes, this movie is creepy, really disturbing, really creepy. Follows basically a killer who films, you know, the people he kidnaps and murders. And yeah, really creepy imagery in this, and great film. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. So next one I really like too, and I know a lot of people didn't like this because of the CGI and stuff like that, but I really like Egyptian style horror flicks. Like, I like stuff that has to do with mummies and stuff like that. And this one is The Pyramid, about a group of people who are exploring pyramids, and all this crazy stuff starts to happen when they get trapped. And yeah, I really liked that one a lot. I thought it was cool. I saw that one in the theater. This one, Ratter, I thought was really good as well. It's another stalker type film, kind of like some others I've talked about already, but a good one. I like it, and it has Ashley Benson and Matt McGorry in it. This one is awesome, and a little bit about me, just as an aside, I am a Christian guy, which I don't judge people. You believe whatever you want to believe, but I'm a Christian guy. I'm a pastor, I'm an ordained minister, and I was a youth pastor for a long time. And I showed this movie to the students when it came out because it's about the end times, and about, you know, what happens in the end times and stuff like that. You know, kind of Judgment Day, so to speak, if you've heard of that. And it's called The Remaining. And it was actually a Christian-made film, but really good movie, really good found footage movie, creepy. The way it's done, it really follows the Bible well and stuff like that, but also if you know, you're not a Christian and, you know, you're not into religion and stuff like that, that's fine too. It doesn't shove that down your throat. It just kind of shows you what it says about Judgment Day. And I thought it was a really cool representation of that, and also made for a really good found footage flick too. So check that one out if you haven't seen The Remaining. I dig it. It's good. Next, some really famous ones that everybody's familiar with, I would think, and those are the Wreck films. And this is the Scream Factory box set. This is an awesome set. I love these movies. You can see them all there. I won't pull them all out because most of you guys I know have seen these. But yeah, if you can get your hands on this set, definitely check it out, because these are great movies. Super creepy. The first one was great. And then they did do some US remake, which was Quarantine, which I really liked as well. So I love Jennifer Carpenter, that actress who's in this. She's really great. Most of you will know her from Dexter, but she's been in a lot of stuff also. So really good movie, really good remake, well done. And Quarantine 2, which I don't mind either. It's not as good as the other, you know, the remake, but it takes place in an airplane terminal. I thought it was pretty cool also, but just not as good as the other one. And then we have a great movie, and this is a Ty West film, who I really like. Ty West, I wish he'd do more stuff, and that is Sacrament. And this one is like basically based on the whole Jim Jones thing, where, you know, he takes the people, he's a cult leader who convinces people to commit mass suicide type deal. And these guys go down there to kind of film a documentary type thing, and they get caught up in all of it. Really well done, really well made, and super intense. A lot of you guys have seen this one, and that is Searching. Not really horror, more of a thriller, but still really scary, really thrilling, really intense. So check that one out. It's a good flick. Then we have Stormhouse. Really liked this one too. It's kind of a government facility type. Break into it, crazy stuff happening. It's a good one. Trying to go through these pretty quick now, so I don't keep y'all. And then we have a trauma movie, Suicide. This is actually a German film, and it's pretty gnarly, but not as gnarly as you would think. But it's interesting. It actually has a good story. It's not just people committing suicide or anything like that. It's actually good stuff. So this one I actually thought was super creepy, this movie, and I've never heard anybody talk about this, but it's from like these producers and stuff of Paranormal Activity and Insidious, and it's called Sex Tape. And it's about these people who basically go to this haunted asylum, and this guy's an artist and all this stuff, and it's really, really creepy, really good. So if you can get your hands on that one, I definitely recommend checking it out. So this movie is a masterpiece to me. I highly recommend checking this out. I absolutely love it. And that is The Taking of Deborah Logan. Fantastic movie about basically uses the guise of the terrible illness, which is Alzheimer's or dementia, and wraps that into possession film as well. And it's got some super creepy imagery and just really good story. And I love this movie. I'm glad it was hard to find forever, and we finally got a Blu-ray release. It's readily available. Definitely pick that up. These two movies are awesome also. And again, they're kind of that home invasion, guy watching you on the cameras in your own home type thing. That's always so creepy. And that is 13 Cameras and 14 Cameras. The guy who plays the bad guy in this is so believable. And he's one of those guys who just seems like the real deal. It's really creepy and crazy. So definitely recommend checking those out if you haven't seen them. Watched this one this past week, and that's 388 Arletta Avenue. I thought this was good also, and it's in that same vein, somebody stalking and watching a family. Then we have the two Unfriended films, Unfriended and Unfriended Dark Web. I'm a big fan of both of these movies. I thought they were both really cool. And they kind of kicked off that, then we had, Friend Request and those other movies like Searching, kind of kicked off the computer, screen type films, which I think is a cool genre in the modern times that we live in. And then we have The Veil. This has some star power in it. You got Jessica Alba, Thomas Jane. This is another kind of cult leader type film. It's pretty good. This one is awesome. WNUF Halloween special. Most of you have probably seen this. If you haven't, you have to check it out. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just awesome. A few more here that I found after the fact, and that's Mockingbird. I really dig this movie. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. And then we have actually a full moon release here. It's Real Evil. I thought this one was good too. Another people going into an asylum to film a documentary. Another good one here. We have The Possession of Michael King. Thought this was a really good possession film, really creepy. Snuff 102. This is kind of an infamous film from Massacre Video. I believe this is a Spanish film, maybe. But really cool movie. Check it out if you haven't. Kind of a torture flick. Then we have M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit. This movie's so much fun. If you haven't seen it, it's fun. It's creepy about these two kids who go to their grandparents' house, and it's not what it seems. We have another movie I watched this week, and it's on this Canadian horror film set, and that is Long Pigs. And it's the same kind of deal like The Rise of Leslie Vernon, where they're following around a serial killer, and then we see what kind of happens. But it's a really good flick. I definitely recommend checking it out. And last but not least, we have the VHS films. We have VHS, and then we have this really cool edition of VHS 2 that actually comes with the VHS. And then we have VHS Viral. And if you don't know what these are, they're basically, shot on video or found footage films, and they're done in a more kind of short film type way, like an anthology, and they're really good. So check them out if you haven't seen them. And that is it. That's a lot, I know. Thanks if you've checked out almost this hour's worth of these two videos. I hope you enjoyed them. I know it's a lot of movies. Maybe it gave you some ideas of some stuff to check out. I'm sorry I went through them so fast, but I just wanted to be able to get them all in a short period of time. And yeah, I really have enjoyed watching some found footage flicks this week, and I think there's a lot of good ones out there and a lot of talented people making them. So keep them coming, because there's some good ones. And again, if you have any suggestions that you didn't see, and I'm sure I've missed some in my collection, there's so many that I don't even know of, films that I bought and haven't watched that maybe are found footage films and I just don't realize it, but that might help me find some within my collection as well. But also just any suggestions you might have, I'd love to check them out. So hope you guys enjoyed these videos. Watch part 1 if you haven't, and thanks for Chasinscreams for inspiring this, and I will check you guys later.